the more you work it.
Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'm going to switch between platforms, so just bear with me. We're going to switch between platforms, either channels or Arise. There is a broadcast. This is about the countdown to the inauguration of Tinubu on the 29th of May. And on this platform, what we try and do is to give a balanced view. As ever, please do not misunderstand my filming of this event. It is an event that impacts us, whether or not we support Tinubu, whether or not we are for, for Nigeria. It is something that impacts us all, and as such, we owe it as a duty to ourselves to record the moment. Whether we, maybe some of us agree with it, whether some of us disagree with it, it is something that I think we should cover. And I will be doing extensive coverage over the coming days about that. And just wanted to chip in on here. Shetima is the one currently speaking. This has been going on for some time. Jomo, I think Kenyatta had spoken before. I think he left some comments about Tinubu, something like that. So, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? People would ask, why am I as a Yorua Nation advocate doing this? We need to be very aware of the reality of what is going on right before us. We cannot ignore it. We cannot sort of say, oh, you know what, it's not something we support, so hence we're staying away from it. We can't do that. Let me just check. I just want to make sure I've got it in the right place. I may have to go and come back. I think I've gone in the wrong direction, wrong section there. Let me just check. Yeah, I know what it is now. 1 second. I'll be back in a second. If those of you who are watching, if you're watching us now, you can watch us on. You can watch it on. I'll see. You know what? Let me leave it there. In fact, yes, that's a very good point in which to leave it. So we'll do this, and I'll do one more thing. Whilst we are doing this, this is a very good opportune moment in a way. Launch anyway. So we're going to try and do two different things because we're trying to promote the platform. So what you're now watching is actually on Oduduwa TV radio. I beg your pardon, those of you who are watching. I didn't make that clear, and I just wanted to make it clear. So what we'll do is give it a few minutes. We don't have to rush it. It's on Oduduwa TV radio. I might speak in Yoruba in between, but we're trying to cover the inauguration, not because we are in support of Tinubu, but because it's an event that impacts our soil, whether we like it or not. And I think we need to look at it from that pragmatic point of view, in my opinion. I think that's probably what we need to do. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to try one more thing. I hope it works. If it doesn't, we will just have to switch over to the other platform as the case may be. If it doesn't, I'm trying to see how this works. So let's just see. So let's see if it's going to work. If it's not going to do it, then we will just, hit it, knock it on the head. Because the last thing I want to do is to cause a situation whereby it sort of starts, doing something else. But we're going to try and do this because I want to focus on raising the platform of both Oduduwa TV Radio 2 and Citizen AY, and I know I need your help in doing that. So we're going to cover this coverage over the coming days. So let's see what happens here. Just give me a minute. We're talking through it, obviously. I'm going to try and get that done. Obviously, it's going to take some time. So just give me a minute. So we're going to put that here. Okay, I'm just going to move that. Okay, so now you will go back to where you were before. So just give me a minute. I just want to make sure. So what I'll do, we will let this play in the background and you can hear what Shetima is saying. The most important thing in all of this is that we just want to be able to cover this broadcast. I hope it is going to do, play nicely.
By thanking our esteemed keynote speaker, His Excellency,
okay,
Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta.
So if not, we will play it all back from the beginning again. So we'll probably do that.
As a leader of a great and proud African nation.
So
You
let's
have
see how
personally
it goes.
managed
So just
the
keep
crucial,
following us, please.
yet
Thank you
often
very much.
difficult interplay between democracy and development. We were all cultivated and listened with unbroken attention to your portrayal of the political, economic, and social forces that describe
Okay.
the arena of national governance.
Okay, so
Like you, I'm an African. I love our continent dearly. If I were asked 100 times to choose my own birthplace, then 100 times over I will choose to be an African and a Nigerian.
well,
I am proud to belong to this
I would
lineage
choose to
and
be a
to
Yoruba
of
man.
this place.
If you ask me, I would choose to be a Yoruba man. My heart is in Yoruba
to see
land,
how my
my
fellow
beating
Nigerians
heart.
and Africans are creating their own democratic, political cultures and institutions to fit the conditions and challenges of their
Let's see that goes. And then now we're going to do something with this now.
Of democracy emerges dialogue.
We may go from the beginning
and
because I want to really give it time.
That
You know,
it
we
is
need to
more
give it
than a
time.
form of government.
And
It
that's
is a
what
way
I'm
of
trying
life,
to do here. So
a distinctive manner
just
of
bear
thought
with us.
and conduct for a leader. As such, it challenges each leader to be his better self, and this can be difficult at times, but remains indispensable to the steady functioning of democracy. Democracy is a benign paradox. It guarantees freedom, yet its survival is dependent on the responsible and limited use of that freedom. In the long run, it is the best form of government because it allows the majority to have its way while safeguarding the fundamental interests of the minority. It is forever a work in progress, a road that never ends, yet one that grows finer and less wearisome the more you walk it. I hold precious our democracy, not as a tidy abstraction, but as a pragmatic vessel that can take this nation to safer harbor in all aspects of our collective existence.
So there's a countdown here.
Experience, I can see the scales balancing the merits of democracy against those other forms of government. I can see plainly that an imperfect democracy is better than the most perfect dictatorship. It is more just, more humane, and even more productive. We have emerged from one of the most fiercely contested elections in the annals of humanity, and the resounding echoes of the promises we have made serve as a haunting reminder that failure is a luxury we cannot afford. We are surrounded. We are surrounded by the expectations of our citizens.
So good afternoon and welcome. You're watching Citizen AY. We are streaming, multi-streaming on both Oduduwa TV Radio 2 and Citizen AY on YouTube. We are following it. We may play this again from the beginning, depending on how it goes. We play this from the beginning again. We wanted to come on live and actually talk about this and really talk about things from our point of view. So you are seeing the live broadcast about the inauguration.
Placed upon us in this hall. The allure of this system of governance lies not in the ostentation of authority. What distinguishes democracy,
so we are following it as it goes along.
Is the recognition that power
so let's see what happens.
Is not ours to claim. We
So please do subscribe. It's a countdown. We're counting down and following the elections. We may stream this from scratch. You know, again, we may replay it again in between the broadcasts. We'll see how it goes. But we will, you know, I wanted to just please subscribe to Citizen AY. The idea is to give us, you know, a long lead time because it's going to happen. You know,
therefore, like every mortal, we may stumble here.
So let me just check that. Sorry.
However, none of these mistakes will be intentional. We shall never be oblivious to the impermanence of this power. And we acknowledge that we shall be judged by man, time, and God. No doubt, our hearts swell with gratitude. No doubt, assuming the mantle of leadership in these troubled times warrant deep reflections. We shall undoubtedly honor and celebrate this opportunity. Yet I implore you. So
I'll be talking in between.
I
will follow what's going on. I'm just trying to give you some heads up on it.
To revel in the enchantment of triumph.
So do bear with us.
Let us come together in solemn unity and recognize the realities that afflict our nation.
Covering this broadcast does not mean in any way we support the Nigeria. It just means that we are facing we have to cover the reality of what happened. Because they are yet to convince us about Nigeria has never worked for us. We are just repeating what happened. People will have a different view of it, but that's how I see it.
Agenda. Bola Tinubu. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a Muslim who is married to a Christian. Not only a Christian, but a pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Someone who has not Islamized his family. People are alluding that he has the intention to Islamize the nation.
About that. We'll come back and talk about that in a bit more detail.
Of Bishop Booker, I want to commend them for giving testimony to the truth. When I was the governor of Borno State, Borno is 90% Muslim. Churches were destroyed by the Boko Haram insurgents in southern Borno. When I expressed my desire to rebuild those churches, I was advised against it. It's tantamount to political harikiri for you to embark on such a venture. But I told the people that the Christians in Borno are stakeholders in the Nigeria project. They are my brothers and sisters. I went ahead and rebuilt those churches. And politics is about perception, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. As we begin the formation of a new administration, I deliberately picked an Igbo man, a Catholic, to be my chief security officer. Stand up for recognition, please. For the purpose of inclusivity and togetherness, again, I deliberately picked a Northern Christian to be my ADC. So the so-called founder of Boko Haram is going to be protected by...
Is that an admission? Is that an admission?
I know that the
Okay.
odyssey
Let's carry on
that
anyway.
lies ahead shall test our mettle, patience, and resilience. It shall also demand sacrifice and unyielding resolve. But we shall confront uncomfortable truths. The observations by Dr. Akinwumi Adesina are poignant. And I want to
So we're going ahead with it. We're going to try and see how it works.
Brother Dayo Israel.
So let's.
There won't be a Tinubu Tetima administration. There is an outgoing Buhari administration. There will be a Tinubu administration. As Spyro Agnew said, I had all vices, including the office of the vice president. A vice president is as powerful as his loyalty to his principal. I don't want to be presumptuous and make loud pronouncements, but definitely the issues highlighted about the fuel subsidy removal, about the realignment of the exchange rates, multiple exchange rates, will certainly be addressed by President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So I stand here, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, imbued with a profound conviction.
So please do share. We're going to leave this. We may come in and out on the broadcast. We may go to the beginning again, cast again. So let us see what's going on.
The division that permeated our politics.
So we're just trying to build everything up.
23 presidential elections.
So just bear with us.
The most Christian of northern states is Benue.
So we're trying to give you heads up as much as we can, and we may restream this on Facebook later on. But these platforms, we would like you to help us build. So when you're watching on this platform, subscribe to Citizen AY on Oduduwa TV Radio 2, and of course on Citizen AY
of northern
please,
states
we really would appreciate
is
your
Sokoto.
support in that. Help us grow the platform. It really is
The
important that you
Nigerian
help us.
candidate
Thank you.
lost to the regional candidate by a mere fraction in Sokoto. We won 2 Senate seats in Sokoto, and we won the gubernatorial race in Sokoto.
Okay.
So finally, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, what binds us together to persist whatever that divides us? Thank you so much, and may God bless us all.
So we'll probably do this. We'll probably do this from, we will do it again because I'm probably going to go through that again. But I'm trying to show you exactly. I mean, this is going to be a countdown. It's going to be very busy over the coming 2 or 3 days. And what I want to do is to bring. We will probably give you as much coverage over this. So that's
Kashim Shettima,
let's have a look. Let's have a look. So,
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, just a couple of notifications.
please bear in mind our focus remains to go for Yorua Nation, and I would urge my Biafra brothers to go for Biafra. But what we need to recognize is that Nigeria is still in existence. We need to operate within those parameters, which is set by the people who we are trying to encourage to go for Yorua Nation, Biafra Nation, Middle Belt. So we need to recognize that fact. That's not to say that we are abandoning. I am not abandoning Yorua Nation. I'm not. But we need to cover this because it's an event that happened, and we need to be able to reflect that in our coverage. But always, my focus is on Yorua Nation. And in doing that, we are encouraging everybody to participate in their governance. It's very, very important to participate in your governance. So let's see what happens here.
Federation Head of Service, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, the APC National Chairman.
So we'll probably do it again, and I'm going to do it. Yeah,
Secretary.
we'll be.
That's for the photo shoot. I also bring to your notice that after his speech,
So-
the President would
So we're doing that
stepping in
over
to
over a period.
take a look at
So
the
just bear with us.
inauguration exhibition of Nigerian arts and crafts at the Executive Hall. He will declare that open. And
So
once he has
anytime
done
we wà
that,
lórí
the
Odùduwà
exhibition
TV radio,
all the guests
lórí
are
YouTube, ẹ
encouraged
bá subscribe ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
also
Ẹ subscribe sórí
to the
Citizen Wa Odùduwà TV, Odùduwà TV radio 2 lórí YouTube náà. A máa gbé ètò yá ní pé
declaring it open.
ká kàn
Also have a look
ká ṣe ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má rò pé bóyá torí pé à ń gbé kínní àti gbàgbé Yorùbá Nation náà, kì í ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Yorùbá Nation la dúró lórí ẹ̀. Àmọ́ àṣì gbogbo àwọn tí a fẹ́ àti sọ àwọn èèyàn wa jí tó torí ẹ̀ la ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wà nínú ìlú tá à ń pè ní Nàìjíríà. Aláti sọ wọ́n jí. Ara ń ta máa ṣe máa san wọ́n jí ni pé kán kópa nínú ìjọba. Ìkópa yẹn ò túmọ̀ sí pé a ti gbàjọba pé a ti gbà pé ìjọba yẹn ló ń borí wa o. Àmọ́ ẹ̀tọ́ tó tọ́ sí wa ní gbogbo ìgbà tá a bá fi wà ń bẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ fún, ẹ jẹ́ ká béèrè fún. Ṣẹgbọ́, ẹ ṣeun. Mo kàn ní ká ṣàlàyé náà ni, ẹ ṣeun. Please, on both platforms, I urge you all subscribe to Citizen Wa, the platform where we speak truth to power. Help us grow this platform. We really need your support. Buhari is about to speak. No doubt we'll probably play this again. We'll probably do a replay on it. But we will see how this goes. So we will play it all again. That's the Kenyan president. He's a special guest. Buhari is now speaking. Ahmed Wase, obviously, is the man who wants to go for the Senate, but I don't think we'll be getting more joy on that because of the Muslim ticket thing. It rightly so, in their imaginations or however way you see it, it must really be the case that a Christian man, Akpabio, yes, all of them. We don't. I mean, we're not the ones making the choice. That's why I encourage us to participate in our governance at the local level. I say that unequivocally. And it seems this is the man that everybody needs to go to. Without going to this man, you can't run in any governance, from what we're told. But anyway, that's another story for another time.
As we come to the close of this important inauguration lecture, I stand before you with profound sense of pride and gratitude.
So let me just do something quickly here. Pardon?
On a journey of introspection,
so just give us a minute whilst
enlightenment,
as that is changing.
Growth. we have delved deep into the theme of deepening democracy for development.
Okay.
And explored the lessons that will guide us
I
as
hope
we
it's not
transition to a
frozen.
new era. Throughout this lecture, we have recognized the challenges and divisions that have tested the very fabric of our nation. We have confronted the harsh realities of inequality.
Sorry about that. I may have to come back out. I was trying to do something, but I think I might have done something here. Yeah. Let's have a look. Something's happened. Give me a minute, please. Give us a minute. We may have to come back again. But like I said, I will be doing this from beginning again. So just bear with us. Give us a minute. We have done that, but something seems to have happened here.
The persistence of corruption and the imperative to empower all citizens. But more importantly, we have unearthed the transformative power of democracy and the immense potential it holds for our great nation.
Something's gone wrong. I may have to go and come back. That's not a problem. We will do that if it needs to be. So beg your pardon. Something's happened on this end. It's not. It's my end here. So we're trying to fix it. Okay. What we'll do is I'll be back shortly. I don't know what's happened here. I was trying to fix something and the system maybe didn't seem to like that. So we will come back again. Because the program is a live program which is being carried and we can restream it, no doubt about that. So bear with us, we will do that. Be back shortly if it's
in the course of this lecture, we have learned that democracy is not merely a system of
it's not of importance what Buhari is saying here. We know. The governance has not worked for us. It's enslaved us. It's
and relentless pursuit of justice and fairness.
So
we have understood that true democracy thrives when the voices of all citizens are heard, valued.
No, our voices are not heard. Our voices are not heard.
Regardless of their background or
that's the
social
problem.
status.
You govern for.
The underlying philosophy.
You govern for your people.
Rooted
you didn't govern for.
In the belief that our nation's progress rests on the place of unity, inclusivity, and shared responsibility. We have acknowledged that the task of nation building is a collective one, transcending political affiliations and personal interests.
You didn't govern for the whole of the nation. You governed for Northerners, and that's the reality. You've known that's a lie. That's a lie.
Every citizen feels the positive impact of good governance.
No.
And enjoys the dividends.
Those are just statements. What is Jinadu? Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you.
The lessons we have learned here,
and thank for your support. We appreciate it. But we're trying to build this, hopefully. So give us a minute. If it doesn't work, we will come back. Obviously,
hand over the reins of governance to the president-elect on the 29th of May. I am filled with a renewed sense of hope, hinged on the capacity of my successor, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to deliver on the assignment given to him by Nigerians.
We, the citizens, must participate in our governance. I keep telling you that.
Of the immense responsibilities entrusted upon us
Sorry about
as
this.
leaders,
and I may have to go and come back out. It looks like it's frozen somewhere. So give me 5 minutes. I'll be back. Yeah, kleptocracy. Exactly. It's a kleptocracy. Why did you know, my brother? Indeed, you nailed it.
Into concrete actions. We must continue to prioritize the welfare and well-being of our
Until we get
students,
Yorua Nation, we need to
providing them
participate
with quality education,
indeed more vigorously now.
accessible
If we
healthcare,
don't, everything that's it, the
sustainable
hours they will take from
livelihood.
us. So
We must fight against corruption
okay.
in all its
You know what I'm
forms,
gonna do? I'll be back in a minute. I'll be
unfolding
back in a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll be back. I'll be back.
principles of
Thank you very much. I'll be
transparency,
back.
accountability, and the rule of law. But above all,
We'll be back
we
in a
must
minute. I'll be
remain
back.
united. Our
We'll be back.
diversity is
Just give me
our
a minute.
strength, and it is through dialogue, understanding,
We'll be back shortly.
and
Just give us a
respect
minute.
we can overcome our differences and forge a common path towards progress. Let us foster an environment where every Nigerian has an equal opportunity to thrive, regardless of their background,